All right, hey everybody, welcome to another draft with Wit and CCR. Say hi, Wit.
Hey, did we think of a cool name for this recording yet?
No, I don't think I've come up with anything super sweet yet. That's unfortunate. I should really work on that. Um, but I'll put that on my list.
I feel like bummed you out all of a
I
sudden.
know it's really disappointing. I was disappointed in myself that I didn't come up with anything like particularly great to name the first set of videos, but hopefully we'll get there. This pack, I think we just take Crypt Breaker. I think that card's really, really good and just is a game plan all on its own. Also a Madness Enabler in case it didn't do enough from the start. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that card a lot. I mean, it seems extremely powerful. Very obviously, I hope we don't end up in black blue like our other horrible deck. Do you want to go over the picks that we would consider after that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ingenious Scob is the next best card in the pack. I've just been very impressed with this card. When it's on the board, it just does so much. You know, it's kind of like it is. You have to treat it as a 3/4 with this ability, and it's often like a 4/5 with that ability. So,
I'm interested you're really high on that card. I think it's pretty good. I also think this pack is pretty weak, which is interesting.
yeah, it is pretty weak overall. Um, so we've got several options. I mean, Sigardian Priest is a great common. Scour the Laboratory is really powerful, but I'm not super interested in ending up blue-black. Galvanic Bombardment is just very good. Shock is awesome in every format, and there's like you will just be up mana when you can Galvanic Bombardment something in this format. I'm also pretty high on Midnight Scavengers because it's a good card, and then nobody wants Graph Rats unless they have Midnight Scavengers, and the payoff for Midnight Scavenging some Graph Rats back to your hand is just super high.
I think the correct pick is supposed to be a bombardment. How do you feel about Foul Emissary? Because people seem pretty split on that card sometimes.
Well, so it really doesn't go with our Crypt Breaker. I mean, you can be a green-black emergy sort of deck. I think it is good. I don't know how smart it is to just like go straight into that emerge deck. Even with a pretty good card like Foul Emissary, like we've already got that Crypt Breaker pointing us in a slightly different direction. Um, hmm. But onto this pick. So Olivia's Dragoon definitely keeps us in that like black-red like madness archetype, which is okay. I mean, black is not super strong in this format, but if you're going to be black, that's what you want to be doing. Getting this Ingenious Scob third, though, is pretty sweet. Blue is very good. It would go well with our Galvanic Bombardment if we have to drop black, which I'm fine doing because I don't love black. Also, Geist of the Archives is really good. I don't know if it's better than Ingenious Scob, though. I may be too high on Ingenious Scob.
Yeah, I think you may be, especially because it's a common. We have two packs of this, right? I really like the Dragoon because I think the twos are really important as opposed to taking a lot of threes.
Yeah, I mean, twos are pretty important. This format is not the fastest, but if you can get a fast deck, then that can be very powerful. I'm going to take the Dragoon. I think if we just manage to end up black-red madnessy, then that's a fine place to be. And here, there's nothing super powerful, so that's fine. I'm happy to take this Weirded Vampire here because it works really well with what this deck is aiming to be.
Yeah, I think it fits the plan quite well. I would take that. I don't really like any of the other cards in this pack.
No, I mean, I like Laboratory Brute. You know, if we had taken the Scob, we probably, or if we had taken a blue card, we would take the Laboratory Brute here. I've just been pretty happy with it. Like, a 3/3 is legitimately pretty big in this format. There are a lot of 2/3s that it just fights off, and then it comes into playability, has a pretty big effect on what you're able to do in that game, so. And here's another Ingenious Scob, and nothing in our colors, so I think it is time to take Ingenious
Yes,
Scob here.
I think that's a late Scob. I think that's a fine pick here.
Yeah. And if we end up in blue-black, so be it. We haven't really seen any red cards past that Galvanic Bombardment. I'm not super excited to be in blue-black, but our cards are very good so far. I mean, Olivia's Dragoon is the best black common, and it's fine, which is a little frustrating for trying to black draft.
I think this is a really interesting pick here.
Yeah, what do you think?
Hmm. Well, I like Weeded Vampire a lot. I've had no experience with Chilling Grasp. It seems like it could be powerful. I just have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, some people are pretty high on it. It is strong. I would be more inclined to just take a dude here. Overworld Observer is also pretty. I mean, it's okay. It mostly is just a 6-mana 6/6 that draws a card when it dies. And we keep seeing the worst emerge creatures, so I'm not super excited to be emerge. I think I'm gonna take Weirded Vampire. I don't know. It just seems like what we want to do more than Chilly Grasp. Like how we can't be. Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, this is excellent for us.
So we're definitely supposed to be in black. So that's nice to see.
I mean, it's easily Boon here, right?
Yeah, it's definitely Boon. I'm just thinking, yeah, we're probably not going to get that early Midnight Scavengers back around. And I'm just, it would be really nice. Like, one of the few rewards for being black is ending up with Midnight Scavengers and Graph Rats in your deck. Here, I think we want Skurstag Supplicant.
Oh yeah, I forget that it's a Madness Enabler, and that's quite good.
Yeah, it is a Madness Enabler, and we've only got 2 Madness cards right now, but you know, we can easily end up with more in these colors. I'm just not interested in any of these other cards, really. Innkeeper's a fine filler in a red deck, but we are very far from being red at this point. We can take another Supplicant. I mean, I guess we're not that far from being a red deck. We are black, right, and we have one great blue card, one great red card.
I would hedge and take the uncommon. I think I don't know how good that card is, but
it's very okay. You know, sometimes it does beat down super hard. I think you're right about it, and we'll just see what happens.
Succumb, I like the 2-drop here.
Good. Yeah, it's such a bad 2-drop in this format, though. Like, it
just
gets...
I think Succumb is a really bad 3-drop.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but this can actually do something in some matchups. Like, this just gets colded by so many cards. Although, if you end up with, like, vampire-themed, it can be fine. I think,
remember from our last 2 drafts, we can get this Succumb to Temptations whenever we want.
Yeah, that's true. So here it's either a Supplicant or Innkeeper. I mean, we already have multiple 4s. Even if we do end up in red, we even have another one in the Gorger, so I'm going to go with the Supplicant. Lunarch Mantle is actually a pretty good card. Like, a lot of aggressive decks with white in them tend to actively want multiple Lunarch Mantles to just kill them quickly or finish them off at the end of the game. Obviously, we're not in a position for that. I actually don't mind getting this Prophetic Ravings. I think it's a playable card when you're a Madness deck.
Yeah, I think we're looking okay so far. We definitely should be black. Oh, there's a blue card. There's 2 blue cards.
Jeez. I actually don't know which one of these blue cards is better. I think it's Elder Deep Fiend, but that may be my, like, constructed bias setting in.
Well, they're both double blue, right?
They are both double blue, and they make us blue, but we're 100% taking one of those 2 here.
Yeah,
I think it's Elder Deep Fiend. Just it either ambushes something or locks them out really hard for a turn. Just is huge. Docet is very powerful, but we really don't have very many spells to go with it yet, and who knows what we would end up with. I think Deep Fiend is just better in our deck and probably the better card.
I actually think, based on how the first pack went, that we won't get enough spells because there wasn't any blue going around.
Yeah, which hopefully we get some blue in this pack. And I mean, the upside of taking one of these blue cards is just so much higher, even than taking Certain Death, that I'm willing to go in on blue and see what happens.
Right, and it would be awful, but we can cast that card for 8 mana, which I think we did last time.
Yeah. So, I think we might just want Drownyard Behemoth here. Just, these emerge guys are super powerful, and it's just kind of the best thing you can be doing is emerging stuff.
I actually really like them with the Laboratory Brute, too, which is nice, and the Weeded Vampires.
Yeah. I mean, because those are... Yeah, the Laboratory Brute, you get an effect out of. The Weeded Vampire you might have been able to cast for a little cheaper. So, I'm just going to take this Drownyard Behemoth. And
that's definitely better than Identity Thief? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is too. Like, Identity Thief can't block, basically.
Oh, right.
Like it's cool when you're attacking. It removes one of their blockers if they've got a decent one, and it definitely can do some work. But I don't like it's only good and like pretty.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Nimbus of Frost is one that we're very happy to get here.
I also like that pack one. We just kept whining about how we didn't want to be blue black.
Yeah, well, it's happening, and I
Yeah, I
mean,
accept.
I don't know if our deck ends up being good, but it's clearly the only thing we can be at this point.
Right.
We're pretty low on spells. Like, Boon of Emrakul is our only removal spell. We don't actually have anything that triggers Nimbus of Frost.
Right.
Oh, and now there's great cards in all of these colors that are not our apparent colors. I mean, Alchemist Greeting is fine. It's an okay card. But Subjugator Angel is really powerful. Choking Restraint is really powerful. Galvanic Bombardment, really good. I mean, our odds of being able to splash 2 Galvanic Bombardments are not super high, but I also think that the upside of taking this Laboratory Brute here is not super high either.
Oh, that's tough. I can't believe that's a really late Choking Restraints too.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not on the table though. There's no way.
I don't think we want another Brute, to be honest, though. So I think you just hedge on the Galvanic Bombardment.
I think so too. I mean, Gavnian Hallowed is also pretty good, but we're doing okay on 4 drops. I would.
Wow, is that really another Drownyard Behemoth?
It is another Drownyard Behemoth. I don't know how many Emerge Guys is too many, but I'm just gonna take it.
It's actually the best part of that pack still.
Yeah. These cards are all pretty bad. I guess I'll take this Convolute.
Yeah, it's a spell.
Like, it at least trades for a card. Man, there are some late white cards here.
Wow, that's a really late Sigardian Priest.
It is. I kind of just like taking this turn aside for our sideboard.
Really? You don't even like the Cemetery Recruitment with the number of zombies we have, which is 3, I guess?
I guess we have... Well, we have, what? Laboratory Brute and...
Scob and Cryptbreaker?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's enough to maybe want Cemetery Recruitment.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and now every card that we want. Oh, jeez. It's got to... Man, Scour the Laboratory is really good, right?
Yeah, but I think you want Cultist here.
Yeah, we actively want... Yeah, we just want Exultant Cultist so badly with our triple Emerge guys. Oh, that hurts, man. Not taking Scour the Laboratory is just very brutal. But I'm happy to have that Cultist. Wow.
Yeah, you should hate that card, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to play a third Scourge deck Self-Again, so...
Yeah, we also can't beat that card in any way.
Alright, well, here's another Cemetery Recruitment. This might be a thing for us. And we do get the turn aside for our sideboard.
Now, I don't remember if we talked about this last time, but I'm curious to see what happens with the third pack, because I think blue-black is particularly weak in the third pack.
Yeah, blue is not the greatest, especially for this particular plan. It's not awesome in Shadows. So, yeah, we will see. We do have a slight problem. Like, Nimbus of Frost, if it had no text, we would still play as just a 4-mana 3/3 flying, but we are not really making it a huge bomb in this deck, which is unfortunate.
Does it trigger on battlefield, entering the battlefield?
No, Nimbus of Frost has prowess, and then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it freezes a guy. Well, seeing this Tireless Tracker here is very sad for us, because there's nothing playable in this pack in our colors.
There are only green cards in this pack, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Perish Blade I'm usually pretty happy with in a Delirium deck.
I would take a red card here.
Yeah. But these red cards are not even good. I mean, Reduce is fine. It Reduce is better in this format than it was in Triple Shadows. Yeah, I'll take this Reduce and put it in the sideboard. I don't really know what's going to happen with our red cards, but they might.
There's a rare.
There's a rare, but is it better than Deadweight is the question.
Oh, right. I didn't even see the deadweight. I just hmm.
This is a powerful card, but there's also a lot more removal in Eldritch Moon Shadows. That can, and not that it really matters that much because usually if you're activating the ability, you're about to hit them pretty hard before they can possibly 2-for-1 you. But I think this deck might just want Deadweight pretty badly.
I think that's fine, especially because our top end is already so good.
Right, like what is this doing for us that Elder Deep Fiend and Double Dragon Behemoth aren't already doing?
Well, honestly, flying.
Well, yeah, flying, that's true. But Elder Deep Fiend can tap them down so all our dudes can get through.
Yeah, it's like the offline. There's another deadweight. Great.
Yeah, I'm super happy with that. And
oh wow,
another Deadweight.
Third deadweight.
I'm just gonna keep taking these. This card's great.
But at what point did I become actual deadweight?
Never, I think.
Okay.
And from under the floorboards. Okay. Well, this draft got significantly better with our past 4 picks. 3 Deadweights in a row into from under the floorboards, which we.
This is the draft for whatever we say the opposite is going to happen because we didn't want to be blue black, and then I said the third pack was bad, and then I was just proven wrong immediately.
Well, I'm okay with that having happened.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm happy being wrong.
In this particular way. Yes.
Right.
So here we could take Biting Rain. Biting Rain becomes less sweet when we have triple Deadweight, because we'll probably already have killed some of their guys. I kind of just want to take this Rancid Rats, and that makes Cemetery Recruitment really good.
Yeah, you said everything I wanted to say. That is exactly what I want you to do.
Okay, well, done and done.
It's also a 2-drop, which is a huge gaping hole right now.
It is. Boy, here I think we want the Wildfield Scarecrow more than we want the Ghoul Caller's Accomplice.
Huh, really?
Yeah, I think Accomplice just doesn't do that much. Like, it is a 2-drop, but 2-mana 2/2s are not awesome in this format. We already have triple Deadweight and a Crypt Breaker to sort of, you know... Our 2-drop slot is actually Olivia's Dragoon, Rancid Rats, and Crypt Breaker, Deadweight, Deadweight, Deadweight. So we're pretty solid for turn 2.
Does the zombie token matter at all for Crypt Breaker? Does that influence you at all?
Not really. I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so. Just because, I mean, yeah, like discarding Ghoul Caller's Accomplice to Crypt Breaker is pretty powerful. That's true. I think Wildfield Scarecrow just does a lot for us. Like, it blocks super well, can get us mana to, you know, if we end up wanting to do some huge from under the floorboard shenanigans or hard cast these guys or something, like Wildfield Scarecrow helps get us there.
It is notable that Scarecrow puts the cards in your hand so you can discard them to other things, I think that matters.
Yeah, like if we get into a point where we want to start activating these Skurzdag Supplicants, I suppose that could be something that we want to do. I think the Skurzdag Supplicants ability is really bad for our deck now, though, but we need it because we have several Madness outlets, or several Madness cards. I mean, I guess we'll take this 2-drop in case we end up in a matchup where we really want a 2-mana 2/1. Which seems like that will never happen. Stormraider Spirit's not a bad pickup.
I've never seen that spirit dog thing before. Or horse.
Oh, the Pale Rider? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take it. I don't know if we actually play it. It's probably not actually playable in our deck. But maybe. We just barely have enough playables, because we have all these good red cards, which is unfortunate, but we definitely don't have a way to cast them.
Yeah, I don't think you see a lot of 3-color decks.
Yeah, you really have to be green to make that work. Just like have multiple grapples with the past and vessels and that sort of thing to help you get there. Like you definitely can splash in this format, but it's pretty hard to do out of a blue-black deck.
Do we... Interesting. How many spells do we have for Niblis of Frost?
Well, I mean, we have enough... We have several spells for prowess purposes. We have very few spells for tapping down purposes. But it's also still just a 4-mana 3/3 flyer, which is good enough. All right. So I don't think we actually want Pell Rider here, because that seems pretty bad in our deck. I mean, we
How do you feel about
do.
cemetery recruitment?
Yeah, I think we want at least one cemetery recruitment, because we've got Rancid Rats, Ingenious Scob, which is its prowess is not that great in our deck. We have like no ways to instantly activate it, unfortunately. But they still have to respect it, so that's fine. I think we don't want this Silent Observer, probably. That can be boarded. And then the question is if we want another cemetery recruitment over something.
I mean, it is fine with our Elder Deep Fiend and big guys if they manage to die somehow if we discard them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in zombie count, we have rats, which are always great to get back with cemetery recruitment, Ingenious Scob, Laboratory Brute, and I guess that's it. But yeah, we are happy raise deading any of these guys after they've been dealt with.
How do you feel about Convolute in our deck with no other instants and sorceries?
Yeah, Convolute probably does not make the cut here. I think we're just... If we don't have Convolute, then we're just like all creatures and removal, and that's the entirety of our deck. So I'm pretty happy with that situation.
What a bizarre deck. I don't think I've ever drafted a deck like this before.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I'm really glad we took this Exultant Cultist over that Draw 3, because...
Oh, right.
But, you know, if we have to sacrifice a Weirded Vampire or a Laboratory Brute to any of these guys, that is fine.
Yeah, it just occurred to me this is the least Delirium deck I've ever seen in this format.
Yeah. We probably don't do a terrible job of getting it. We have enchantments, we have Artifact Creature, we have a Laboratory Brute. I'm not going to do 5/12. I think that is fine. Yeah, we ended up not... I mean, maybe... I mean, we are very blue because of our Elder Deep Fiend and our Giant Behemoths. I guess I was just looking at the raw number of actual blue cards we have, but, like, these make us pack a pretty sizable wallop, I think. Alright, you happy with this? You think we should
Yeah, let's do it.
18 lands, or do you think we're okay like this? I think we're okay.
I think we're okay like this. Especially with the emerge costs, they should be fine.
Yeah, they should be fine. Alright, I'll submit that, and we will see you guys in round 1.